Guys, so my name's Jake, and I'm with the Feedbaq team. So in terms of this opportunity analysis project, I want to take you first through what Feedbaq is, and then some of the findings that we came across. So Feedbaq is a lean market research tool that essentially connects startups and entrepreneurs with their target market. And we provide a platform, an online platform, where they can conduct surveys or customer development interviews, either using web or mobile technology. So we conducted around 30 interviews. We found people online and we either conducted interviews using email or Skype or Google Hangouts, things like that. A couple of the things that we learned was that startups are very careful with the capital that they have, and they're also very mindful of spending too much on tools that are supposed to help them, but may not. So they're very wary of parting with large amounts of money. So that means that Feedbaq has to be very careful about how much we charge for the service. Um, we feel positive about the idea after running the idea past these customers. Um, Another issue that we've come across is we're offering respondents money in exchange for conducting the interviews. So the startups send across questions or ask for time to conduct an interview, and the respondents are paid for this time. Now the thing is that you could probably find a large number of students or low income people that are prepared to be respondents, but it may be hard to find people like doctors or engineers, for example, that are willing to give their time for a small amount of money in order to conduct these interviews. So that's another challenge that we've come across. In terms of the market size, we've gone with a top-down approach for this. So we started with a total addressable market using a few online resources, which you can see in this presentation. We came to a total available market of 100 million businesses created each year. Now, that's completely unrealistic in terms of what we can reach, but that's the way that the top-down model works. So after that, we've gone for the served available market. That's a much smaller number, including the US and worldwide, and accounting purely for technology-based startups. We came to a number of around about 500,000 technology-based businesses being started each year. And then once again, we've culled that number down. So for English-speaking technology startups created each year worldwide, the number is around about, 100,000. So then to put a dollar size on the market, we've averaged out about $50 of value per startup. So that's a total market size per year of $5 million. We still haven't decided whether that's really a viable market to go after. And of course, that's the initial market that we're targeting. It doesn't mean that Feedbaq can't end up targeting other markets, which may increase the market size. What else? In terms of other issues that we came across, we found that primarily because startups are low on capital, they're much more willing to use their time as a currency rather than to spend dollars. This is a challenge for us. And it also means that we have to communicate to startups that their time is just as valuable, or if not more valuable, than the money that they could be spending, which would save them time, save them effort, and also give them a place to collect all of this data rather than having to hack it together themselves. So another challenge that we came across through the interviews was that the benefits of the market research tool that Feedbaq provides has to be very clear. Startups are really weary that this is just another tool that actually isn't going to help them reach their end goal, which is to create a valuable technology-based startup. So that's a challenge for us, and it's very interesting to find that out from the startups. That gives us a lot of valuable information that we can work with. And finally, a key challenge is the fact that respondents will be paid money to conduct these interviews or to fill out surveys. This means that startups don't want to pay too much money, and people have to be willing to give their time in order to conduct the interviews. This means that it might be really difficult for Feedbaq to find people in higher level positions, like doctors and engineers, for example. So that's a real challenge for us. How do we find high level people that are willing to give their time to conduct interviews? One thing that we came up with through this research is perhaps these higher level people could donate the money that they earn giving the interviews to charities. You know, that might be a way that they can donate their time in a sense and contribute to the social good. So that was a really interesting thing that we found conducting these interviews. So a final summary of the challenges we found during the customer interviews and the opportunity analysis. The market size initially doesn't seem extremely large. Finding a diverse base of respondents is quite difficult. Keeping the cost low for startups, yet also providing an incentive to respondents, is a challenge. And finally, we have to be able to educate startups and entrepreneurs on the need to conduct these customer development interviews. Otherwise, they feel that they don't have a use for the tool and they'll just do it themselves. So hopefully that gives you a good summary of what we've been doing. And obviously it's been really enjoyable to go through these steps. Great practice, great experience, and yeah, that's what we got so far. So thank you.